It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And the Chiefs offense now ready to go to work for the first time, led by Patrick Mahomes, the 2018 NFL Most Valuable Player.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
Man open, that's Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's the rookie out of Rutgers, Isaiah Pacheco. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. Now here's the 2022 draft class for Kansas City, and some extra selections for them in this year's draft, CD. And you notice that for a team that obviously has been very good on offense for a while, they really focused on defense in this draft class.
Yeah, and they were able to focus on offense during free agency, although they did bring in receiver Sky Moore in the second round to help fill the void at that position. But you're right about the defensive side of the ball. Cornerback Trent McDuffie, the 21st overall pick. Defensive end George Karlaftis, the 30th overall pick. And safety Brian Cook in the second round. And one of my favorite players, the big guy, Leo Chanel, third-round pick out of Wisconsin as an inside linebacker.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be let out by their 6-year quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. He'll drop to throw. A spin. The toss here completed to Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And if they're throwing on 3rd down, it's a good bet. They're going to look his way. He's the most reliable of their receivers, and he comes through there with a nice grab for the first down.
Now a throw here to his running back, and they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher, and that's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Looking to throw.
Takes off.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Waiting on it will be Richie James. And this will be taken at the 13. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That, too.
Mahomes throw here complete to Kelsey.
Kelsey makes the
First catch on that one for Kelsey, and it's a first down.
The Chiefs at 2-0 here to begin the season. And off to exactly the start you're hoping for. Nothing for the fan base to complain about, at least not yet.
I like the way that you phrased that. Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a long ways to go. But they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way if they stay in that mode throughout the season.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Here's Mahomes to throw.
Outrighting brought in by Moore.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His first catch there. Good for 10 yards and a first down.
If Western Michigan keeps this up, they will soon be known as a cradle of wide receivers. In recent years, they've given the NFL Corey Davis, Dwayne Eskridge, and now Sky Moore. A great combination of speed, strength, and tenacity. He knows how to go get the football, and right there, he picks up a first down. All right, partner, I wasn't good enough to get this done, but I played with plenty of guys who did. When they spotted wide receiver screen and they got to the football fast and blew the whole thing up, the same result as we just saw usually happened. No gain.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And it pushes way up to about the 44 here.
Nice play design there with the touchbacks. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That's defense.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
This defense for the Chiefs, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
Back to Taylor still on his feet.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
First and 10, Taylor now.
Pancake. Taylor still going.
He'll be dropped at the 30. The shifty move got him a couple extra on the play. The numbers for him from a week ago: 17 carries, 58 yards.
Sitting 10th in the league in rushing isn't bad, but it's also not as high as where he knows he should be with how talented he is. There's definitely another gear there, and hopefully their game plan gives him an opportunity to hit it and put together one of his best performances of the season.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. They expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession, as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. Stops shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
Back to Taylor on 1st down.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Richardson goes down and fumbles. The rookie holding on.
Running back going through the line. Quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time.
Big hit.
Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long.
Now back to throw. And
Hit
pressure
again.
coming, and they got him once again.
George Karlaftis
In there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
On the return, it's James. 35 yards that time on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over.
The Chiefs offense set to go.
They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
That's the
And he
first.
will have a Chiefs first down, and he was able to get it by play. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this first half, and on 3rd down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling. Mahomes to MVS there for the Kansas City first.
Mahomes now to throw.
Going deep. He's got
And
him.
this is caught inside the 5. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off, because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
They'll try to run this one in.
Pacheco.
He's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety rolling into position almost had it, but it's second down. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
It's that arm strength.
They'll look to throw here.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Over the middle.
That's it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And he's going to be met at about the 43.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
Guys, man complete over the middle. It's McKenzie. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 33. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw.
Looking to run. The rookie finds room.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes on the clock. 2nd quarter. 7-0 ball game. A good passing down here, and they send 3 receivers to the right of the formation on 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll look to throw.
Getting pressure.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Had him in the back.
Oh, they were so close, that close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Over the middle.
2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Gay knocks this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of the team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way.
Over the middle.
Take the knee, get on out for the half.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They fake the give. Now Mahomes steps away. Maybe a rookie mistake there. Second down.
When you're capable of runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield. Incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short. So it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. He's got the size, the hands.
Speed. Can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Going deep.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to end up incomplete.
He came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
Gotta go for this. The Chiefs.
On 4th down, they'll try and
Oh,
run
they're
for
not
it.
going to do it.
A curious
Offensive
decision
line
to go for it.
crumbled.
Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. So the defensive front holding
Colts have a
strong there on
chance.
4th and inches.
And how about the battle of big people up front? That turned into a leverage game, didn't it? Defensive linemen, they want it. Lower than the offensive guys.
Screen again goes nowhere. They're going to that route too much.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here we go on 2nd and 12.
Screen
They'll
again.
find
This
his
time
man.
got
That's
some
Taylor
space.
again.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Over the middle.
Cox complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It'll be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is good. He just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
So not the greatest of first halves for him, but a little rail right here at the end. The late turnover becomes 3 points before the break.
Well, they certainly needed something positive to go their way. Maybe 3 points doesn't seem like a huge deal in the grand scheme of things, but at least it's something to build on as they head into the half.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. Mahomes throw complete there to Moore.
He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. Well, the Colts ready to go to work to start the 3rd quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
One thing I do know that offensive linemen like, they like a guy who's carrying the ball that will take what is blocked. Not try and create a big play and maybe take a loss, not try and go where the blocking isn't. But if it's just all that's there and you just put your head and your shoulders down and get that, you get the respect of the big guys up front.
They run once more with Taylor. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Back to throw now on first down. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
It's a QB run, and he gets the first.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first. Now a give to Taylor.
Big hole for Taylor.
50 yards on the ground for him so far.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Gay's kick is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. Well, they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
Absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2.
And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
To throw, it's Mahomes. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line.
When teams have a tough time running the ball, as this one has throughout this game, it's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes.
Trying to feed in the ball, it's intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that,
had him wide open.
Things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Third quarter of a 2-point game, a good one so far. Here's 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw.
Richardson gets out of the pocket.
Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
But don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot.
Taylor,
that's what they want to do.
first and more.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through. That's great for the overconfidence.
On the sideline, difference in the field goal between 3 and 6. Is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. So the offense back out now, coming off its 1st interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are. But what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
It's Kelsey on the ground. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
And he's the epitome of what we call a move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot. He's Kelsey. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup of 38. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And again, it's Mahomes. James has got it. Complete. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard, they trail as we start quarter number 4. Looking to throw is Mahomes. The throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
On second and goal, Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sign of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. Here's Mahomes, third and goal.
Almost picked again.
Well, he's been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Butker's kick here is good, and the deficit trimmed to 6 now at 16-10.
Well, no field goal attempts for him until the final quarter, but no hesitation on his end. He comes right out and nails his first field goal try.
And give him a lot of credit, too, because he stood there the entire ball game but has managed to stay with it both mentally and physically. When they called on him, he was ready, and he knocked it through the posts.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
That one.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Dancing away at the 30. 37 yards on the punt with no return. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Only 2 yards.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
From the gun, it's Mahomes.
Going deep.
Bats it away, and it falls
defense has been spectacular.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Check him nowhere.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He finds his man. Complete. That's James.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot.
McKinnon doesn't get it.
But I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. fourth down.
Buckner, huge stop.
Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 at their own 43. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
The first down screen pass, good for 5.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did.
QB dive again. He gets the
first. Going for a solid gain.
A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down.
Might have the most powerful running game
gets
with this
involved in the running
QB.
game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to
over the middle.
Take someone that's the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. That's good for
Anthony Richardson
Indianapolis.
coming
First
out
down on a gain of 10. They'll set up to throw.
Delivers
Wide
it
open.
to Pierce. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold?
And a
or did they
personal
left the
foul.
quarterback?
Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Now a handoff
to
to Taylor.
Taylor.
with it.
Oh my
Into the
goodness.
end zone, touchdown,
He's unstoppable.
Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year.
And the Colts look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. And he's got it.
Get it.
So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
KC's offense ready to take over.
And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go-around. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes, a dump down to McKinnon. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
And we're definitely getting towards the point of the game where not getting a lot of yards is secondary to keeping the clock moving. I mean, to me, that's a double win defensively. Short gain and some more time off the clock.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd.
He's got the connection to Moore.
But I don't think he got there. No.
Inches.
He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. They're going to run. It's McKinnon. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They fake the give. Now Mahomes.
And that nearly intercepted.
Colts are all over.
It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Well, throws like that, especially where we sit in the fourth quarter, he's got to be careful.
Yeah, and you know one of my faults is that I often view this game through a defensive back's eyes. And in this situation, your team's losing. It's late. Tighter coverage. Take a chance and go and try and step in front of one of those and make a big play. So if you're the quarterback, that should be in your head. This is their time to take a gamble.
They go play fake. Mahomes.
It's coming.
He's going to launch
Going
this thing way
deep,
downfield.
too deep.
And that is incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Mahomes. Screen play, McKinnon. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
So the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're down 2 scores, and they need a quick one to try and get back into this one. That was one way to try and get it done. Unsuccessful in the attempt, but they have no choice but to keep trying.
Now they go on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this defense will take over right at midfield. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Taylor.
Does
and a
not
nice
make
job
the
there
first.
defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And now on 4th and
It's
long,
a fake.
And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does
It's
not
pulling
pay
out
off.
all the stops.
Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down by 2 touchdowns. A little over 50 seconds remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
Meanwhile, Mahomes throw here complete to Kelsey. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down.
Here's Mahomes.
That ball is caught.
Gets
Marquez
it.
Valdes-Scantling.
Time is going to run out.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Charles, we were treated
What a
to an
shocker.
excellent game today, capped off by that second half comeback. This was a joy to watch.
Entertaining for us, not so much to the team who led at halftime and now is leaving here, knowing that they let a win slip through their fingers. Tough one for them to carry home.
So for the Colts, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1.
Let's take a look at the stats. Anthony Richardson, great game. 20 for 27, 164. No touchdowns. He was also effective in the rush. 54 yards. 80 yards for Taylor with 2 touchdowns. Taylor also had 9 receptions. All short, only 34 yards. And 1 drop. Quentin Nelson with 7 pancakes. Wow. On defense, Joe Sherbert with 12 tackles. Shaquille Leonard with 8. No sacks. But Isaiah Rodgers with 1 interception. Julian Blackmon with 4 pass deflections. Incredible game by the backfield of the Colts. Passing Mahomes, 27 of 42, not bad. Almost 300 yards. 1 interception, but no touchdowns. Pacheco couldn't get anything going on the ground. 1 touchdown, though. He's got 5 on the year. Two big Kelsey and Scantling, over 100 yards each. And 1 drop by Sky Moore. Blocking only 1 pancake. Defense. Nick Bolton with 13 tackles. Drew Tranquil with 12. Charles Omenihu with 7 from the left end. Chris Jones with 5. Omenihu with 3 tackles for a loss. 1 sack for George Karlaftis. Unforced fumble by Natty. They did not recover. Let's take a look at the team stats. KC with over 300 yards. Colts almost over 300. Huge rushing game for the Colts. Colts D pretty stout on 3rd down. And they dominated the time of possession. Shocking.